So it looks like we're getting our creepiest metahuman of the week yet, and it seems that Nora is going to reveal something devastating about the future, and we can't forget about this official look at the Monitor in the upcoming Elseworlds crossover. Let's talk about all of this. How's it going, speedsters? Welcome to my Flash Season 5 Episode 5 trailer breakdown, as well as a little bit of a crossover update, because we got a really cool official look at the Monitor as well. Plus I want to chuck in some other set photos, but I'll leave that to the back half of this video after the trailer. But be sure to know that there will be a timestamp in the top pin comment of this video, so if you want to skip the trailer breakdown or whatever, just head straight to that timestamp. But of course, guys, before we break down this trailer, let's watch the trailer.
Could you see his face? He was wearing some sort of mask.
Who do you think's this next victim?
You kidnapped Barry.
Let's go save the Flash.
The Flash, all new Tuesday, November 13th on the CW.
This trailer looks really good. Normally metahumans of the week are average or like just above average at best, but this metahuman like brings a whole new level of creepiness. I think he took part in America's Got Talent or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments below, but he gave a really freaky performance on there, and they actually brought him in from that because of his unique abilities as a contortionist to play Ragdoll in this week's episode, or should I say next week's episode, All Dolled Up. And to give even more context to that trailer, the synopsis for the episode is as follows. Barry and Iris team up to stop a dangerous meta named Ragdoll. Nora lets something slip about the future that devastates Iris. In an attempt to distract his wife, Barry asks Iris to team up to stop a new meta, Ragdoll. Meanwhile, Caitlin learns something about her father. So first of all, I want to talk about what wasn't included in that trailer, because obviously they're not going to show everything, and the synopsis often mentions stuff that we don't even see in the trailer at the minute, and that is that Nora lets something slip to Iris about something devastating in the future. Now, apart from the whole Flash goes missing in the Crisis thing, which is kind of devastating, but Iris seems to be handling that surprisingly well, and she just thinks we're going to deal with it as of when that comes. I think maybe the next best guess really is that maybe this has something to do with Papa Joe, and that he might pass away sooner than what she thinks. I don't know, but what we do know about, before you jump to this, is that Papa Joe becomes like the police chief or something, and they refer to him as that in the 2049 article. Could have been a 2024 one, but I think they reiterated it, or Iris reiterated it in that like Let's Look Back article that they did in 2049. But I think she mentioned former police chief, so you could just say, oh, he's retired, but you could just say, oh, he might die earlier than what she expected in this horrible way that, you know, he shouldn't have maybe died in. Maybe it's a metahuman attack, maybe it's something else. We'll just have to wait and see. It could actually be something else, I don't know, like Cecile passing away and leaving Jenna Marie West, you know, just with Joe. It could be something like that as well, and that's devastating, and she has to deal with that. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts down below in relation to that. Now, this trailer as well didn't show anything about Caitlin, as the synopsis says, learning something about her father. And we didn't actually get any development on that in last episode, but that's not mega surprising. They're going to kind of bounce this story arc, you know, not every single episode, but like spread it out a little bit. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I think that will set up the following episode as well, for a lot more development with Caitlin's father. And I mentioned that because episode 6 is called The Icicle Cometh, and you know, the next best guess there is that that's got something to do with introducing the character of Icicle. Now, I'm not saying that is Dr. Thomas Snow or anything like that. It could be something else, or you know, related to Caitlin or anything like that. I mean, since Killer Frost, I think on Earth 2 had a brother who died, you would have to think maybe her brother still exists on Earth 1. Maybe she doesn't have a brother, but maybe she does, and since she's Killer Frost, he might have similar powers because of whatever Dr. Snow freaking did to them, and he is Icicle. So guys, the Icicle may indeed cometh. So already, just in the first couple of scenes in the trailer, it is extremely creepy. The guy that got to do Ragdoll here is just perfect, and it's just, no matter what, like, I feel like a lot of people are gonna have a lot of body shivers after seeing certain, moves from this guy. I mean, just the way he folds out of that box in the beginning and then behind Barry is just going to be so interesting to see. And it's just great that they've got somebody who can actually be just like a ragdoll. But as stated in the synopsis, guys, to distract Iris, I'm guessing from the news that she found out about the future that has devastated her from Nora, she is investigating Ragdoll alongside Barry. So it's going to be like a coupley's kind of metahuman investigation. But it also seems that Ragdoll actually kidnaps Barry, and we even hear that from Iris in the trailer. We even see Cisco has popped back from his laying low at his parents' house and healing up from his attack from Cicada in the Death of Vibe episode. You definitely have to wonder why Ragdoll is going after Barry Allen. Maybe it's just because it's as simple as the fact that Barry, maybe as a CSI, alongside Iris West, the freaking journalist, is openly investigating in next week's episode the couple, or like as we see in this trailer, the people who got like freaked out by Ragdoll before. So maybe that is why he targets Barry, thinks, well, I'm gonna stop this guy from looking into me even further. Maybe he was after Iris at first, but like Barry was the next best choice. Because Iris, as we all know, will be helping Barry out this episode. But I'm really happy to see, especially after how much I've been enjoying Ralph this season already, that he's just like, let's go save the Flash. And we even see that one moment with him and Iris standing right in front of Ragdoll just as he's rising up. And I'm guessing Barry is in that chair we see him in the background after being kidnapped by Ragdoll. And that is practically, like, literally the gist of the trailer. They didn't show barely any of the other points, but I am left wondering, will Cicada be going after Ragdoll, this metahuman, as well? Just mainly because we know Cicada is going after metas. He really wants to wipe all of them out. He absolutely freaking hates them. So I'm guessing since Iris and Iris might be writing about it in her blog, the fact that Ragdoll might already be popular in the city because of all the creepy things he might be doing in this episode, that might get Cicada's attention. So will there be any Cicada development in this episode? It might be more of like a fillery moment with him not being in it so much, but then again, you could argue, why wouldn't he go after him, especially if he manages to find out about Ragdoll and all of his doings. I think Cicada might be left out of it a little bit, but we still might get a scene, just like how they've managed to include like a really cool ending scene, at least with some Cicada development every single episode. That is the trailer. So now I want to move on to what Entertainment Weekly managed to get a hold of in terms of this first look. Well, it's not really a first look because Canada Graphs actually gave us our first looks, and I'll leave their blog down in the description below because I want to use a couple of their images in a second. But Entertainment Weekly have got the first official look, if you will, of LaMonica Garrett as the Monitor, and he looks really, really cool. He looks very, very comic book accurate. I have to say the suit looks pretty sweet as well. As I said in my breakdown of Canada Graph's photo in the crossover update I did a few days ago, I can't even remember when. It just reminds me of World of Warcraft Paladin armor. You gamers will know what I mean if you've ever played that. But albeit incredibly accurate to the actual Monitor in the comics, I'll leave a side-by-side photo up on screen right now. The hairstyle is on point. The armor is mainly on point. And it just looks really, really great. Even Grant Gustin said he was like superimposing on set because he is practically built like quite a tank, especially in this costume. But the interesting thing that I want to take about this photo, apart from the planets in the background, I'm wondering if that's just symbolizing the fact that this is Elseworlds. Some worlds are being destroyed. It could be setting up, obviously, that Crisis on Infinite Earth storyline, obviously in 2024, which obviously I don't think we're getting this crossover, but it will be like obviously the big setup, some worlds live, some worlds died kind of quote kind of thing, if you guys know what I mean there. But what we see right here, if you guys have been keeping up with all the behind the scenes photos of the Elseworlds crossover, is that there is this book, and it seems that the Monitor here is holding the book, and I believe, I mean, I could be mistaken, but it is kind of obvious that this is the same book as what the dark/black suited Superman is using in the crossover, because what we know about the Elseworlds crossover is, amongst our heroes like Barry Allen being the Green Arrow and Stephen Amell's Oliver Queen being the Flash, we know that there's a dark Superman black suited suit, as well as our Earth 38 Superman with Kara, and they fight off against each other. But it seems that the black suited Superman has been reading out of this very book that the Monitor is holding here, with all of those Speed Force symbols in it. So what you have to wonder about here is, how does the dark suited Superman actually get a hold of this book. Maybe like this book has like such incredible knowledge. As we know, the Speed Force symbols are like this futuristic kind of knowledgey, languagey kind of thing of complete overpoweredness in terms of how Barry came out of the Speed Force overpowered in a way, if you remember in season 4. That was probably just a taster in a way of what knowledge could be in this book. Maybe somehow, this is speculation on my end, and I would love for you guys to contribute down in the comments below. Somehow that Superman gets a hold of this book. Maybe Dr. Destiny gets it from the Monitor, which is kind of hard to believe since the Monitor is quite a very powerful being. But either way, we know the bad guys have this book. They seem to be reading out of it. It seems that the fight does get resolved, and we see Oliver even like bending over and looking at the book. Like, it seems that all is well at that moment, but then they still need to head to Gotham City, to Arkham Asylum to see Batwoman. But either way, guys, here we see LaMonica Garrett in his official look as the Monitor, holding that Speed Force symbol knowledge book of destiny. I don't know what else to call it. But let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments below, guys. These photos from Canada Grass that you've been seeing on the screen is in this blog down in the description below. Look at those links, please, so you can see even more photos for yourself. It's quite cool as well. We see a Superman symbol, like this kind of like landmarky symbol, and it seems to be a symbol of the dark suited Superman. So it seems that on this Earth, or in this Elseworlds version, they actually look up to this Superman, and I'm guessing he's not like our Earth 38 Superman. He's a good Superman. He seems like, well, as the suit indicates, a dark version of himself. Maybe he does rule the people, or like the people look up to him but in fear, maybe. But anyway, guys, some more crossover teasers. I can't wait to see more of this. I can't wait to see more of everything. We've already got some looks at Batwoman. Of course, I'll leave a link to that Elseworlds crossover video update I did just literally the other day in the cards above. So if you're excited for next week's episode of The Flash, hit that like button, subscribe for more Arrowverse videos and updates just like this, reviews, you name it, trailer breakdowns and everything. Of course, don't forget to let me know your thoughts not only on the Elseworlds stuff we just talked about, but also what you think could have devastated Iris that Nora let slip about the future and everything like that. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you speedsters have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.